Hey everybody, happy Saturday evening live tutorial stream. How's everybody doing? Wherever you are out there in the wilds of the internet, we are so happy to have you with us on this Saturday evening where Heather and I are surprisingly still vertical after our week from hell, and we are confident that we can soldier through the next 3.5 hours of internet fun and then go home and faceplant in our respective beds. So this is the tutorial stream. That means we are doing this project, which is our wire crochet cuff. This was by request of Bootylicious, one of our amazing stream viewers from Australia, who's been making wire crochet bracelets and was interested to know if she had been making them correctly. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, first of all, there's really no incorrect way to make a bracelet. Sorry, Ace. Whoopsie. Apparently I'm giving Ace gray hairs unintentionally because I started talking. I have sound. That's exciting. This is delicious, by the way. This is actually going to be our stream drink for Sips, Shopping, and Shenanigans next week. Why is it going to be our next week drink, you ask? Well, because I am an utter failure at posting anything on social media today. I've posted nothing on social media. Not about the tutorial, not about the sale, not about the cut, nothing. It was a really intense day with like the in-person peeps. Hey Lori. So this is Heather's creation and it is delicious. It's amazing. So we've decided to change the name to the Apple Dapple, and this is going to be our dream drink.
It is going to be our dream drink.
Yeah, for next Saturday's stream. So this evening's stream is going to be choose your own adventure as far as cocktail goes, aka whatever you have around is what you can drink. Meanwhile, I'm going to drink this really yummy thing that Heather made for me. So, double wire crochet cuff. Okay, so I am not a fantabulous crochet artist, and by that I mean I'm really a pretty hack crochet artist. Like, there are fiber artists and wire artists out there that can run rings and rings and rings around me, but the thing that I feel like I bring to the table in this particular instance is this is oh, sorry Heather. Hey, you're on camera.
Hey!
There, now you're off camera.
Hey everyone, hey!
Sorry, you were on camera last night and I forgot to turn it off. But this is like wire crochet for the non-crocheters. So anybody who is a crochet novice, or like me, again, somebody who learned to crochet in their youth and has let these skills lapse a bit. This is a great project for you. The thing I love about this though is the double wire. I think that gives the project a lot of kind of personality that it might not necessarily have. So let's talk tools and supplies for this evening's tutorial. You're going to need 30 gauge wire. Yes, that's 30 gauge. That's really freaking skinny. That's because we're treating the wire like fiber, and whenever you're treating wire like fiber, the thinner and more flexible it is, the more cooperative it's going to be. And you are going to need a clasp. You're going to need a sliding bar clasp of the 5-strand variety. I used my last gold tone one on my sample, so tonight we're doing a 2-tone bracelet with, with the gunmetal. Now, if I had thought and planned in advance, what I could have done is I could have taken 25 feet or so of 30 gauge sterling silver wire, could have oxidized it, and I could have had a completely 2-tone cuff. The problem with that is I really don't think we actually have 30 gauge sterling silver wire, so that means I would have had to order it. Do we? Hey Heather?
You want to have me oxidize?
Can you oxidize me 30 feet of 30 gauge sterling silver wire? Cool. Yay. Also, that means that I can't start until I get the wire that Heather's oxidizing me. So let's talk tools. While I'm waiting for that to happen, you're going to need your basics, which is your chain nose pliers. You probably won't need your round nose, but again, it's never a bad idea to have it lying around. And then you're going to need some kind of cutting implement. Wire cutter would work great. I happen to have a metal shears in front of me, so that is what I'm going to be using. And then you are going to use 2 sizes of crochet hook. The reason for that is I find for myself, I always make my starter row much looser than the rest of my crochet.
It is the messy spool.
Oh dear. Well, then let's just not, because it's not worth it. I mean, it was a good thought.
I should, though, straighten out the spool.
Okay. Is that really the most important thing for you to be doing?
Okay, maybe your mom should straighten out the spool.
Oh Lord. That may not be a good idea either, but I feel like you have more useful things you could be doing than straightening out the spool of 30 gauge sterling silver wire.
Fine.
I always make my foundation row a lot looser than the rest of my crochet. So I got 2 crochet hooks, a J and a K. So the J is smaller, the K is bigger. So I'm actually going to make my foundation row with my J. And then I'm going to do, excuse me, while I die on stream for everyone to see. Hey, I get a day off tomorrow. I can be dead if I want to.
Get a partial day off tomorrow.
What? Why only a partial day? Oh.
Because I have to teach classes.
Well, you have, okay, your student had better, feed you. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm going to use my smaller crochet hook for my foundation row and then the bigger crochet hook for the rest of the project. So here is the thing. Wire crochet takes an ass ton of wire. All right,
How much?
An ass ton.
Ah.
Like an actual literal ass ton. There's about, I mean, we're going to go with Beyonce's ass. It takes a Beyonce ass ton of wire. I feel like she's got a decently, you know, generous ass for this particular measurement.
She has such an amazing ass.
So
Anyway,
there literally is about 50 feet of wire in this particular cuff bracelet, and it's not even very large. It's my size, so it's about a 7-inch, 6.5 to 7-inch cuff bracelet. So if you're doing double wire like we are doing in this project, you got 2 options. Option 1 is to just have 2 spools of wire off of which you're working, but I don't have 2 spools of 30 gauge gold filled wire. So what I'm going to do is I knew there was a reason I had that ruler out. I'm going to measure out 25 feet and I'm going to fold this in half, and then I'm going to use that to crochet with. So I'm just going to roughly measure out 25 feet. Yes, I'm probably going to over measure. This is one of those projects that, you know what, it's better to have too much than not enough. Exactly. 8, 9, 10. I'm so glad you all tuned in tonight to watch me count.
Well, what if we hadn't tuned in to watch you count? What would we have done then?
I don't know. 17. Right? Drinking. 19.
But how
20.
would we know when to drink?
If 21. 22. 23. If no one had tuned in, I 100% would have canceled the stream and Heather and I would have gone to bed. Like, if we had been at 6:30 and we had 0 viewers, I would have been like, done. The end. Bedtime for Heather and for Allison. But
love you what?
but we were not at 0 viewers, so thank you all so much for showing up and making us stay awake. We love you so much.
I do really.
Heather really does, and so do I. The sarcasm was just for comedic effect, I swear. I really do. Also, my hair seriously looks like I have slept minimally in the past like 48 hours. So, that's a thing. Alright, so I have my... Thanks, Ace. I know I missed my opportunity to have a career as an actress because I'm so talented at it. I'm so good at selling the lines. Like, I mean, I know everyone completely
Especially
bought that.
if the lines are heart-shaped.
Yay! Yes, we got an in-person Sharon Hammer and an in-person Cindy Starr, who's not on the stream because it's her birthday, right? I'm pretty sure it's her birthday and her husband's taking her out to dinner. But we got an in-person Cindy Starr and an in-person Sharon Hammer and an in-person Molly Houston,
And an in-person Jenny.
and an in-person Jenny J. Like, it was a great day for the in-person people. Molly brought us these amazing giant markers for my whiteboard, so you can actually read what I've written on it. The problem, ouch, of course, is my whiteboard's not that big, so we're going to work on supply list posting, but not right now because I'm too tired. So, wire crochet. So I measured out 25 feet of wire and I just folded it in half. All right. So now I've got an easily accessible doubled piece of wire. So I'm going to take my smaller hook. That's going to be my the first letter of the alphabet. So J is my smaller hook, and I'm going to start this with a slip knot. So a slip knot is the knot that if you tied it in fiber, it would come out when you pulled it. Now obviously it doesn't quite have to do that in wire. Like, wire doesn't quite have the flexibility of fiber, but it's still the same technique. Hey Amy! Amy's watching us in her pajamas and I am jealous. I want to leave a solid tail, like about 6 or 8 inches here, because this is what I'm going to use to attach my clasp on. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh goodness, did she really? Molly really has no filter.
She's so funny.
She is filterless.
But that was hilarious.
And
I'm so glad
it is
she said
funny, but she is so filterless. Okay, so to make my slip knot, I went around to make a loop, and then I'm just going to take my crochet hook, and again, this is the smaller of my 2 crochet hooks. I'm going to pull a loop of wire through, and then I'm just going to pull on both of these to tighten that loop of wire down around my hook. Now, I'm going to make my base row, which is just a chain. So if you're familiar with crochet, this shouldn't be anything new. To make a chain, you're just going to hook your wire with your hook, rotate your hook down, and then pull it through the loop. Push your hook forward, that's your first stitch. Move your hands up so that your middle finger and thumb of your left hand, or right hand, depending on what your dominant hand is. So the thumb and middle finger of your non-dominant hand are holding that stitch. My dominant hand is the one that is operating my crochet hook, and the index finger of my dominant hand is what's holding my tension. So notice that my wire is going up and over my index finger, and then I've got it pinched in between my index and my middle finger. So that's what's allowing me to do this chain. So I've got a little bit of tension on this wire so that I can yarn over, pull it through, and make my chain. Move up your fingers, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. I feel like every stream is a pajama party for some people, just not Heather and I.
Well, Carol might have part of the stream as a...
That's fair. So, yarn over, pull through. So when I say yarn over, that's crochet code for dip the hook under the wire, so the wire goes, you know, over the hook, and then pull through like so. Now, here's the thing. So we're going to crochet a long chain. That's going to be the starter for our bracelet. This chain is going to shrink by about 50% during this process. So for a 7-inch bracelet, I actually want to crochet, I kid you not, like a 14-inch chain, which means I need to get moving. So I've got my doubled wire, and again, it's just yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. One of the problems that beginners often have, in my experience, is holding this tension here too tight, because this tension is directly related to the size of this loop here. Okay, that literally is what controls, that finger is literally what controls the size of that loop. So if you're pulling too hard on that finger, then all of a sudden your loop is shrinking and it's almost impossible to get your hook through. So relax your finger, let that pull through, and I promise you, your life is going to be exponentially easier. So we're just going to chain, once again, I said 14 inches. And you're probably like, really? 14 inches? Are you serious? I really am serious. It's literally going to shrink by about 50% once you start doing your next rows. How do I know when I've got 14 inches? I have my trusty ruler, right? You need to move it, move it. ASO is not wrong. Speaking of move it, Allison Brown, one of our favorite stream people and heretofore in-person people, has legitimately moved it to New Mexico.
Don't like it. Do not like
No, but she has an absolutely freaking gorgeous house.
Yeah.
So, I
it.
mean,
Do not like it, cannot blame her.
exactly. 100%. Do not like it, cannot blame her. Like, want to be her. Her house is gorgeous. But she's not in Dallas anymore, and that makes us sad. Okay, so I finished my foundation row. So I've got my 14 inches of chain. Now I'm going to switch to my smaller crochet hook. Again, this whole larger crochet hook, smaller crochet hook thing, this is a trick that I do for myself, because once again, I tend to, that was me switching to, sorry, my larger crochet hook. I tend to do my first row much, okay, well, interesting. I don't think that wire crochet is going to help with constipation, but if you need to adorn yourself, we're all here for you. Also, I definitely threw that size K crochet hook. Are you a size K? You're a size K. Awesome. But yeah, so I have a tendency to make my beginning row bigger than the rest of it, and so that bothers me in my finished product, so that's why I started my beginning row with a smaller hook, my size J, and now I'm switching to my larger hook, my size K. Alright, so, and also K is not the first letter of constipation, just in case anybody was wondering. And also ASO is not wrong. See your doctor for medical advice and not the internet. That is some sound advice there. Also, if you are going to see the internet for medical advice, I'm going to go with the Beading Dream stream. Maybe is not your premier medical advice stream. We're a makers and crafting stream. I can teach you how to make a glitter coated fake sugar cube. If you want to learn how to, but I don't think eating the glitter coated fake sugar cube would help with your constipation. So I don't know that we're going to be super helpful for you, but for everybody out there who was not on stream last night, this is my absinthe necklace that I finished last night. I'm very excited. I made the sugar cube out of polymer clay and glitter. I've got my resin absinthe bottle. I do want to drop my sugar cube down one more bead, but last night's stream I talked too much, so there was a lot of, a little bit of running over last night, but I'm very happy with my absinthe necklace. Thanks, Lori. So yeah, so that's going to be on stream on the Halloween stream, and that's going to be Saturday the 30th of October, where Heather and I will be in stream on costume. That's hilarious, Lori, because I think if you talk to anybody who grew up with me, they would tell you I don't talk. Except apparently a really lot to the internet. But yeah, so Heather and I will be on costume, in costume on stream Saturday the 30th, and we will be doing Death in the Afternoon as our cocktail in honor of my costume as the Green Fairy. But now let's get back to our crochet bracelet project. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start slip stitching. Okay, so this is, the chain, my starter row chain, is literally the simplest crochet thing you can do. This is the second simplest crochet thing you can do. So I've switched to my slightly bigger crochet hook, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crochet hook and I'm going to insert it through one of my starter row chains. It's not the chain that my wire is currently exiting, it's the next one to the left. Alright, again, this is all for right hand dominant people. Insert your hook through the chain, hook your wire with your hook. Sorry, that was a whole lot of the word hook in one sentence. And pull it through and pull it through. Okay, so we got 2 pull throughs going on. So now I'm going to take, again, not the one my wire is exiting, but the next one to the left. I'm going to put my hook through. I'm going to catch my wire, pull it through, and then pull it through again. So every time it's going to be going through 2 loops, and make sure that you're not pulling too tight. Okay, you need to make sure that these loops that you're making now are big enough that you can continue this crochet project. So now I'm going to do that for my whole starter row. So again, through, hook, pull, pull. Don't forget that this finger, your index finger, is making tension, holding tension, being tension,
Doing tension?
Doing tension, doing talking.
Doing talking.
Wait, I'm still supposed to be doing talking.
You should definitely do the talking.
But, shoot. Really?
Yeah.
But
Oh, it's not me.
I will full screen you, don't think I won't.
This is not my bus.
It is your bus. You ride this bus. Occasionally you drive this bus. Okay, so I'm continuing with my slip stitch through the entirety of my beginning chain. So whilst I'm arguing with Heather about who's driving the bus, I'm going to continue on with my crochet. You drove the bus last night and it was great. For a number of reasons. One of those being that I wasn't driving the bus.
It is good when someone drives the bus, yes.
It's true. No, Ace. This is the tutorial stream. Come on. You're just anticipating the sales stream.
Apparently with great expectations.
Right? Ace is already planning our jokes.
Oh, you got jokes?
Well, I don't think we got jokes. I think we just are jokes.
Yes, I think.
Especially when we're this punchy. So when you get to a situation like this where you're like, oh, look, that hole is really tiny. You can access a smaller crochet hook because there's no way that that one's going to fit through there. So I have to, which by the way, it's been a while since I shouted this out. This amazing crochet hook roll was made for me by Sharon Hammer because she saw on stream the nasty, old, decrepit, and disgusting Mary Kay makeup brush thing that I had my crochet hooks in, and so she made this amazing crochet hook holder for me because she's fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, so when you get to a place like this where you're like, oh crap, that ain't gonna work, that's where you can access a smaller crochet hook that needs to go through there and then just go through that tiny hole and pull through. And what I want to do is after I've pulled that through, I want to get my big crochet hook and I want to put that back in the hole so that I don't have a too tiny hole for my next row. So I'm just going to continue with this until I've finished this entire row. And you can see, what can you see? Right now I can't see anything. So you can already see how this is shrinking up, okay? So this has gotten much shorter already. So this is why I said, again, crochet 14 inches for 7-inch bracelet. I'm not even kidding. It's totally working for me, Sharon, and I love it. Thank you. The Mary Kay pleather makeup brush holder was long ago consigned to the trash because it was replaced with the awesome thing that you made. So, have I pointed out in the past 15 minutes that it's so close to being Heather and my weekend? Like, so close. We have this tutorial stream, which is going to run probably for about another 30 minutes so I can get this bracelet finished, and then we're going to follow that up with our live merchandise sale. We do have our Diamond Pave Trunk Show, which we are featuring for our live merchandise sale tonight, plus hopefully some beady goodness as well. And then at the end of the sale, you know what we get to do? We get to go to bed.
We have to drive home first.
Okay, we have to drive home first. Carol's not wrong. But then we get to go to bed. And we don't, I don't have to get out of bed tomorrow at all if I don't want to. And I'm not going to lie, I might not.
I wouldn't.
Because it's been a week. So tomorrow is going to be a pajama day and relaxing day for me, and hopefully a relaxing day despite being also a lesson day for Heather, and we are very excited by this fact, so we just have to fall down the rest of the hill and we're good to go. We invite each and every one of you to fall down the hill with us at 7, it's probably going to be 7:45 for the live sale tonight. On this channel, twitch.tv/Beading Dream. That will be our Saturday evening live merchandise sale. That's our SIPs, shopping, and shenanigans sale. Though our SIP tonight is going to be, again, choose your own adventure, because I did not get any of my social media posting done today at all because it was so crazy. But yeah, SIP, shopping, and shenanigans starts at around 7:45 on this channel, twitch.tv/Beading Dream. So I have finished my row. And once I finish my row, I'm going to do one chain, which is just a yarn over, pull through. That's for turning. And then I'm going to literally flip my work around. Now, when you're doing this in wire, your new row of stitches tend to kind of fold down over your old row of stitches. So I'm going to take a minute to just sort of pull this up so that I've got all of these easily accessible loopy bits. And yes, loopy bits is 100% a technical term. Just ask any fiber artist. Alright, and now we're going to go back the other way, doing the same thing in these loopy bits. So that's with my, again, my size K crochet hook. So I'm going to go yarn, oh bless, through the loop, yarn over, pull through here, and then pull through here. Go to the next loop, through. Really? Come on. There we go. Through, yarn over, pull through that loop, pull through this loop. Alright, so now we're going to go all the way back down the line. Da, da. I don't know why I'm singing to my crochet, but apparently I am.
Sometimes it works better if you do that.
Does it really? I feel like if I actually sung too much to my crochet that it would flee in terror.
Well,
so
that's one of the two possible results.
I think if I'm singing to it, that's the only possible result. Oh. Sorry. Oh my god. I'm so looking forward to just being flat tomorrow. Y'all have no idea. It has been an insane week, but we did it. Heather and I did it with the help of Carol and the rest of the staff, because everyone is amazing. We got the stupid flags out the door. We got
out the stupid door.
Stupid everything out the door. I managed to successfully still do an offsite on Friday with a wholesale client. Like, today was a day, or not today, this week was a week where we all had to be rock stars and nobody got paid for it. And that sucks. We will get paid, however, for it next week. So do not despair on behalf of the staff. Everyone did get their actual paychecks today, so yay for that, or yesterday, this week. And there will be foodie compensations as well, because I appreciate my staff and I know that I couldn't do anything without them. Again, apparently I'm just trying to drive everyone away with my singing.
I'm gonna eat the contaminated cheese back here.
Okay. You can eat the contaminated cheese out here.
Are you sure?
Yeah, just don't fling it at me. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Hi, Amy wants to know, what's the next stupid project with a stupid due date? Well, we haven't actually gotten, Blaine hasn't given us an order, has she? Like her holiday order. So we have a holiday order that is pending from a wholesale client, but we haven't gotten it yet. So at the moment, the next stupid project is Heather catching up on invoicing and getting all of you, all of your merchandise. That's what's next. Until we get another stupid project with a stupid due date.
That's all.
We're still waiting on
Yes,
Blaine's holiday order. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just continuing to crochet. And I'm going to do one more row, and then I'm going to show you all how to attach this to the clasp. So again, you're just going to find the next available circle, put your hook through, grab your wire, pull through that, and then pull through this loop that's already on your hook, like so. So let's see, we have Pave Diamond Charms on the sale tonight, and I'm going to find something beady. I haven't yet. Guarantee it's going to be pretty, it's going to be sparkly. God, today was so busy at the Beading Dreams. I was not expecting that, considering that the Texas State Fair is going on, and considering that the Texans are not, they do not play about their state fair. As a Wisconsinite, you know, the state fair doesn't have quite as much, you know, cultural significance as it does here in Texas. Now, to be fair, there was never a musical made about our state fair, but yeah, it's a thing. So I was not expecting to be as busy as we were. Wow, I made a bit of a mess. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to finish this row, and I'm going to go back one more time, and then we're going to attach this to the clasp. I was wondering, Amy, if it was the last weekend of the state fair. So Amy has confirmed my opinion, or my question of, is it the last day of the state, or last weekend of the state fair? And yes, it is the last weekend of the state fair. But, I mean, that being said, like, I was not expecting the level of busy that we were today. Like, I was expecting way more people to be at the last weekend of the state fair of Texas. But instead, there were quite a lot of them here. Oh boy, there were a lot.
Including Magic.
Including Magic. Magic, Cather, and Sharon, and Cindy, and Robin, and all the other people we got to see today were amazing. Alright, so again, one chain at the end for turning, and I'm going to go back the other way one more time, and then I'm going to finish. So again, I want to take my loops and I just want to pull them up so that I have all of my loops available for crocheting into. Oh, yay! Rock and gem shows. They're fun and awesome.
Yes, they are.
Lori, how is the kitten? How is Turbo? Inquiring minds on the Beading Dreams stream want to know about Turbo's, you know, status. We wish you could come to our store too.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me. Alright, last row. So again, same, through the loop, catch the wire, back through the loop, and then back through the loop that's on your crochet hook. So we're going to just continue all the way down this row. Sorry, I can't, ouch, hold that under the camera anymore because my shoulders are apparently just done with this nonsense. And they say no. Ooh! And what are you going to use it on, Amy? Because Amy, in addition to all of her other talents, refurbishes vintage furniture. And she apparently just got an orange chalk paint in Houston. And now I am intrigued to know what she's going to paint it onto. God, kittens are the funniest. Like, just sometimes the complete lack of spatial awareness is just so freaking funny.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! Hey, Corvus! Yes, you actually crochet this. Except I'm not doing it under the camera right now because my shoulders said no. They said that angle we do not enjoy. So yes, you do actually crochet this. It's a very simple crochet. It's just a slip stitch and a beginning chain. So yeah, super, super easy. If you're already playing the indulgence game, I did just say super, super.
I've been indulging since I made these.
They are delicioso. Turbo has, there are photos of Turbo posted on Discord, Amy. And speaking of, how is Isosceles? Is he out?
Or is this one of his grounded days?
Right? I still don't understand, like, I don't get Lath's logic as far as that goes. Like, I mean, I guess you're changing the odds pool. Alright, Amy, well, next time that you be so, we will show you pictures of Turbo.
And see if we can figure out what's going on with
because he be cute. Oh, come on. Okay, so I'm on my last row now. You can continue crocheting this project as long as you want. You can literally make this cuff as wide as you want to. Now, obviously, if you make it wider than, 3-4 rows, you're going to need a wider clasp. But you can keep going on this for literally as long as you want to. I'm going to stop after this row because time and the fact that we have a sale in 30 to 45 minutes. Also, possibly because my dinner's in the toaster oven and I am starving. So there's also that. Ha ha ha! Turbo is an anagram for trouble. I feel like the word kitten should just be an anagram for trouble. Frankly.
It is a synonym.
Alright, so I've got my last row. So now I'm going to finish. So to finish your crochet, you're just going to cut off your wires. Alright, I probably had enough wire here to crochet one more row, but for the sake of time, we're stopping here. So I'm going to take my crochet hook, I'm going to take the wires that I cut off, and I'm just going to hook them through one more time, pull all the way through, and then pull nice and tight. Oh dear!
What kind of bird?
What kind of huge bird did Isosceles catch, and did he bring it to you as a trophy? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my row that I just crocheted and I'm going to bend it up, and then I'm just going to kind of pull this out so I can get maximum width from my cuff. Oh dear. Poor pigeon. Should not have crossed the path of the isosceles monster. Luckily, knock on wood, Ziggy has not brought in anything formerly living for quite a while. He does like to bring in random pieces of trash. Like, I don't know where he finds these things, but he'll bring in, like, bottle caps and, like, rings from, you know, beverages and like, he brings in random trash, which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if it's going to be random trash or it's going to be formerly living creatures, like, I'm good with random trash. Random trash is definitely where I would go if I had a choice, but it's still, I will say, a little weird that that's where his hunting instinct goes, is as I'm gonna hunt and kill this bottle cap and then I'm gonna bring it in for my mom. Turbo likes tissues. That's funny. One of my dad's former dogs, Tessa and Cassie, sweet angel baby girls, darling dogs, passed away a number of years ago. But well, no, if he was bringing in actual gold or silver rings, Corvus, I would be all about that. But no, we're talking about like the rings off of like a, you know, a soda bottle or a juice can or something. And where is he getting these? I have no freaking clue. Though, funny story, and then I'm going to finish this bracelet, is so, did I tell the story on stream with the video?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so my neighbor, not my other side of my duplex neighbor, but the neighbor in the duplex next door, was on vacation in Nashville. She was there for a long girls' weekend. Facebook looked like she had a fantastic time, but she sent me a text of a video from her Ring doorbell while she was gone, which was Ziggy, my Ziggy Stardust. Hey Fenris, nice to see you. Welcome to the Beading Dream stream. I'm telling a cat story at the moment, but yeah, it was this video of Ziggy Stardust breaking into her yard. It was pretty funny.
Such style, such grace.
Yeah, he is not Miss United States. He had, there was not grace, there was not style, there was some awkward climbing of the hurricane fencing, and
then not quite falling down.
Right, yes, there we go. I'm trying to trying to find the video because it's pretty funny. But yeah, so I get this while she's in Nashville. It's like, intruder alert, intruder alert, awkward cat incoming. So there's Ziggy climbing my neighbor's fence somewhat awkwardly. What do I do? Where do I go? I'm gonna jump down here. Now I'm gonna explore this stuff, and then I'm just gonna wander out of the frame. Yes, that's peak Ziggy Stardust right there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so now that I'm done talking about my cat, we're gonna finish. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I got it right. I have said, and I have said before, and I will say again, that reading people's handles and responding to them is a gift. It's not always a gift that I have. It's a gift that a lot of streamers have, and so I'm always really happy when I get it right. So, well, you know,
Corvus, what channel were you watching?
Corvus, the toads may think differently because, you know. Ah, see, it's written in English on my chat aggregator. So, Fenris, where are you joining us from? Please share if you are so inclined. We would love to know. Meanwhile, I'm going to finish this bracelet up because I do have a live sale that I need to, you know, get to. So, okay, so ideally, this is not the ideal situation where I have both of my wire ends on one end of my Heather.
I'm okay.
Heather's now dying, and will hopefully be back for the sale. But so ideally I would have done one more row so that I could have one wire end on one end of my bracelet and one wire end on the other end of my bracelet. Of course, since I cut myself short a row for time, I've got them both. Ooh, Norwegian. Awesome. Are you joining us from Norway, or are you just Norwegian by extraction?
I'm done dying. It's okay.
Corvus says stop. So ideally I would do one more row, or I would have done one more row so that my ends, one would be here and one would be on the other side. Of course, I didn't do that, so we're gonna do a workaround and everything is gonna be fine. So we're gonna take our clasp, we're gonna line this up, and I'm gonna pick one of these two pieces of wire, and I'm gonna pick the longer of the two. Yay! We have someone joining us from Norway. That's exciting. That's another country.
I know.
It's like I feel like we need a pin thing.
We do need a pin thing.
Because we are a very small stream, and so we are coming at you live from Dallas, Texas, where we've been coming at you live for the past year plus of pandemic. But we are super excited every time someone joins us from another country. So welcome. Please come back. Hopefully we didn't scare you, aren't scaring you, aren't scary. Anyway, I'm gonna, so I only need one of these two, so this one is the one I've chosen to get kicked off the island. So I'm gonna finish that. I'm just gonna go ahead and just wrap that around like so, and three times. Why am I singing? What the hell is with the singing tonight? Yeah, I feel like
I blame the flag.
I blame. Oh, Fenris is a knitter. Heather, okay.
Very cool.
Can I put you full screen? Because you should tell about. Okay, about Luke. So I'm gonna start this process, and then I'm gonna put Heather full screen because she has a friend who is a quilter,
and he also knits actually.
And he's amazing, and she should tell you all about him. But I'm going to start this process first, and then I'm going to switch over to the Heather cam. So I'm going to take my clasp, and I'm going to take my remaining piece of wire, and I'm literally just going to stitch this on to my bracelet. So that means I'm going to go up through the clasp and down through my bracelet. I'm just going to continue this kind of spiral stitch until I've attached this entire side of the clasp. And now I give you Heather Adams talking about her awesome friend Luke, the knitter and quilter.
So yes, my friend Luke has no boundaries where art is concerned, which I think is amazing. And he went to Cooper Union in New York for his college, and they learn a lot of things besides just college. So he's been knitting since he was a kid, and he can knit right and left-handed, so he can actually go back and forth, which is very helpful. But he's also a professional quilter, and his quilts are in museums all over and galleries too. So I will post the address to his website.
Thank
so
you.
Everyone can see
You
it.
read my mind. And he has an Insta and all that as well, correct?
Yes.
So you should post all of those thinguses on the chat. Meanwhile, I am continuing to attach this clasp. So I have, sleep. Fenris is gonna sleep. When do we get to sleep?
I want more excuses to knit. Living in Texas is...
That's true. Living in Texas is definitely not full of excuses to knit. I feel like living in Norway, it's a little bit more. So I'm just continuing to attach this clasp. I feel like
need more Norwegian friends, apparently.
I feel like there are more excuses to knit if you live in Norway than you live in Dallas. And so I come from, like, most of the women in my family do fiber arts of some kind, and there's kind of a party line division, knit versus crochet. My mom's a crocheter. My grandmother on my father's side is a crocheter. My grandmother on my mother's side was a knitter. And so, I learned both. My mother has since refused to teach me how to cast on for the 700th time because for some reason it won't stick in my head. So I've pretty much decided that as far as fiber arts go, I'm a crocheter. Because so if you can't cast on, you can't knit. But I really rediscovered my love for crochet as a wee baby jewelry artist right after I graduated from college, when I realized that I could crochet with wire and make jewelry. Because this is the thing about me, is I am a one-sitting project person, meaning that I'm not the person who's gonna sit and crochet an afghan over the entire not freezing winter that we have in Dallas. It's just not me. I want to be done with it in one sitting, whether that one sitting is 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. You know, I want to be done with it. And so crochet in jewelry kind of became my ideal expression of my fiber arts background, because it is all kind of one sitting projects. So I've now attached this piece of crochet to my clasp with my wire. I'm now going to finish that wire off just like I finished the kicked off the island wire off. Speaking of islands, 2 of my good friends are on a cruise right now, and I am so freaking jealous. So jealous. So I'm going to wrap that around a couple times, and then I'm going to trim it off. And I was like this close to being able to go, and I just couldn't make the dollars and the time off of work. But at least I will be getting a giant bottle of Mexican vanilla.
Woo!
So that's a plus. Alright, so trim your end off, and then you have pointy stabby bits, which we don't want. So we're going to press those down. Okay, so now here's our workaround. So once again, if I had done this properly, yay! Oh god, cruises, I love cruises. It's funny, so I went on a cruise with these 2 good friends of mine and my ex-boyfriend several years ago, and he hated the cruise. He's one of those people who really needs structure and activities, and I loved the cruise. I was like, I will sit here, I will drink my beverage, I will look at the vast waters around me, and I will be peaceful. It was amazing. Cannot wait to go on another cruise. I just need to, you know, have the combination of funds and time off of work. So now I'm going to do my workaround where I'm going to take my other end and I'm going to join it up to the other side of my clasp. So I'm just going to find a scrap piece of wire, which I have a couple lying around of my 30 gauge wire, and I'm going to attach it onto my crochet. Again, just a couple, 3 times around is all you really need to anchor it. Yay, okay, I know where Oslo is. Where's Kiel? Kiel? What's the proper pronunciation of that? And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to anchor that onto this side of my clasp using, again, that same just kind of spiraling motion. Oh, cruises, vacations. I'm happy that these are things that are like coming back up in the world, because Lordy knows I've not had enough vacation time in the past 2 years. Oh, cool. Yay. That does sound amazing. That sounds like a lovely way to spend Christmas. As somebody who works in retail in the United States of America, I pretty much hate Christmas with every fiber of my being, because it is the most awful, stressful, horrible season of my life every year. So I feel like getting away and having a cruise would be the most amazing way to spend Christmas. Again, I am biased, prejudiced, and, you know, irrationally hateful of the Christmas holiday, because of the awfulness of consumerism and Christmas in the United States. I mean, I say this with a grain of salt because, of course, this is also where I make a solid amount of my money for the year. But oh my Lanta, on Christmas Day, I just want to hide. I want to hide from everybody. Everybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much I like you. Maybe not Heather, but everyone else I want to hide from on Christmas Day. I'm like, I want a silent Christmas where I don't have to talk to anybody.
I love Christmas.
Heather does. How do you still love Christmas after all of your years in retail? I don't understand how I'm so jaded and you're so not.
I'm really hard to jade.
I feel like it's a personality flaw on my part. Alright, so I've attached this on, and now we're going to go ahead and trim that off. And yes, I totally threw my wire cutters on the floor, so I'm using a scissors. This is actually a little known secret, is when your wire's thin enough, you literally can cut it with scissors. No, you've got the optimistic personality. I've just got the, you know, Ebenezer Scrooge personality. Amy, what's in a poinsettia mimosa? I hope it's not actual poinsettias, because aren't those poisonous? Or maybe they're just poisonous to cats. Whatever you bring, better have alcohol. That's all I have to say. Alright, so that's attached to there, and there we go. That is our crochet wire bracelet. Again, you can continue this crochet for as wide a bracelet as you want. Obviously, as you, yeah, no, that's great. I'm good with poinsettia mimosas. Yes, that was, so, Fenris, that's why I was like this close to going on the cruise, because they're practically giving them away at this point. And so I absolutely could have, if one of my other friends had been available to room with me, you would not be seeing me right now, because my ass would be on a boat. Because the prices are so low that then if you find someone to share your room and you're halving that, like, the prices are redonkulously low at this particular moment. So yes, I am aware that the prices on cruises are really low. Unfortunately, as a singleton, it still wasn't in the cards, but you never know. If I'm not on stream randomly, it might be because I'm on a boat. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us for the, I know, I couldn't leave Heather and Carol and all of the everything, loyalty and not bullcrap. But thank you for hanging out with us for the wire crochet bracelet on the Beading Dreams stream. For anybody out there who doesn't know me or who's new to the stream, I'm Allison from Beading Dreams in Dallas, Texas. We are an actual brick and mortar retail bead store, and we are here on Lovers Lane in Dallas to feed your need to bead 6 days a week. We're here Monday through Saturday from 1 p.m. until 6 p.m. If you're not local in Dallas, you can find us on this channel, twitch.tv/Beading Dream, 5 times a week with complimentary tutorials. We stream Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time, plus Thursdays at noon with complimentary, that means completely free, tutorials and wire wrapping, fiber crafting, basic bead construction techniques, and more. We also do live merchandise sales. That's going to be every Wednesday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. It is Saturday, so that means that in just about, it's not going to be 7:30, it's going to be like 7:45. So in about half an hour, we'll be back on this channel, twitch.tv/Beading Dream, with a live merchandise sale featuring Pave Diamond charms and some fun beady goodness. And of course, anybody out there who is new to the stream, please feel free to join our Discord. It was nice to meet you, Fenris. Everyone have a great Saturday night, and hopefully we will see most of you back on this channel, twitch.tv/Beading Dream, in just half an hour for a live merchandise sale. So if you are going to participate in the sale, don't forget, get comfy, get cozy, pour yourself a cocktail, and prepare for some retail therapy in the comfort of your living room, office, or from wherever you are watching the Beading Dream stream. So we'll see y'all in about half an hour. Ta-ta for now.